and welcome to another episode of Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey, and I'm a psychic medium and also a spiritual healer. And today's video is going to be on a topic that I've been dreaming about quite often, and then also observing a lot of things in the physical reality and online, and I'm going to speak about it today, and that is the False Ascension Grid. So I just want to talk about my experience and what I saw one night in my dream world, and I want to explain the dream, therefore I can explain what's going on the earth front and how we are getting a lot of, the last few years we have gotten a lot of people claiming to be Ascension Teachers and Ascension Guides, and there's been a big upsurge in Starseed channels, and a lot of people claiming to be channeling galactic beings and starseed origins, and claiming to channel from groups of beings in the cosmos. So, and a lot of them are talking about ascension and claiming certain dates. A lot of the information around ascension and new earth is, from what I have observed, very, very regurgitated information. And what I'm seeing and what I've observed for the past 3 years is, and I'm not the only person to observe this, I know for a fact a lot of other people have picked up on the False Ascension Grid, but I just want to explain what I have been picking up. And a lot of people have been regurgitating the same information over and over. So what you'll get when there is a false grouping, or there's been a false setup, is that you'll get large groups of cult-like energies that claim to be something. And what you've sort of seen it in a massive grouping online. And I'm very, very discerning with anything to do with spirituality, and you have mass groupings of people doing the same thing. You really have to question whereabouts those people are channeling that information, and also how that is affecting their physical vessel and how they are experiencing themselves. So I want to talk about the False Ascension Grid that I saw, and that was a False Ascension Grid, and it had been set up like a computer. And it got very, very clearly shown to me that it was a False Ascension Grid. And then I saw the beings that were running it, and they were like computers. They were soulless. So, and this has very, very big connections to Starseed and Ascension. So I really want to make this clear that Ascension is a very, very personal journey between you and your soul. It doesn't involve galactic heritage, where we may have awarenesses that we may have connections in the stars somewhere. We are all star-seeded. So if someone is using the idea of starseed to make themselves feel different then, or I am not from here, I do not fit here, and then they will go looking for a group to further exonerate their idea that they don't fit here, I would be very, very discerning with anyone talking in that manner, because most likely they are not rooted spiritually in their physical vessel. They are looking outside of themselves for information, and there is most likely, there could be trauma, what did I write down here? Trauma, dissociation, and soul fragmentation, especially if there's a lot of unprocessed childhood trauma. Quite routinely what people will do is they will create a false identity of themselves. So I've seen this happen in these starseed communities, where a lot of people who actually need a psychologist or a counselor will go looking for a psychic that is telling them that they are different and that they belong to a starseed race, and that's why they're feeling dissociated from their physical vessel. To me, that just looks like they need to start clearing out shadow within their vessel so they can feel more of their spirit and feel more happier in their bodies. False channels. So what I have also seen is a lot of people channeling down information that is not coming directly from the higher spiritual realms. So you want to be very, very careful with anyone channeling intermediary. So you're looking for a channel that is coming directly from the spiritual realms. There is no galactic being or galactic consciousness in between them and spirit. So that is something to be very, very discerning of. If someone is claiming to be of starseed origin and they're channeling a certain group of beings, they are most likely 100% not coming directly from the higher spiritual realms. You want to be very, very careful of that, because a very good channel, there will be no intermediary. They will be coming directly from the higher spiritual realms. So you really want to question where that information is coming from and if it is of benefit to a natural organic soul journey on the earth. Also, what I've seen is when people channel too much, or they become really, really over associated with their spiritual identity, a lot of people I've seen on Instagram have created a starseed identity or a spiritual identity that is very dissociated from their true soul identity. And when you become too dissociated from the real life world, or you spend too much time on the internet, or you become too associated with your online persona, spiritual or not, you can become very, very disconnected from the real third dimensional world and only be operating off of a very, again, the false ascension grid, or you are not operating from a true spiritual channel, or you have become so removed from the real world that the only world that you revolve in is a starseed or ascension grouping, and that is sort of denying the real world learning lessons of being in a physical reality and what you're here to learn and what you're here to experience. So I'd be very, very mindful of people who sort of deny the third dimensional realm, or say, I don't do that because it's not 5D, or I don't do this because it's not spiritual. A very, very good person who is rooted in their spirit on the earth will be very, very grounded in the third dimensional reality, and will be taking accountability and responsibility for their everyday life outside of spiritual pursuits. Also, organic spirit connection. Too much channeling and disconnection. Yeah, so when someone spends too much time in the spiritual realms, they can become so over associated with starseed origins or galactic information or the cosmos that they can lose their connection to the real world, and they become very, very ungrounded, and that's when the information that starts coming through starts to sound and feel, if you're really into it, it starts to sound and feel really regurgitated. There's no body in it, and there's no truth or clarity or true insight of the spirit and honesty and authenticity. It becomes really airy-fairy information that literally just helps nobody. It's just sort of like this mess of almost like words that make them sound spiritual. It's very, so you're looking for organic spirit connection, and you first and foremost, you want to know your soul in your vessel in this lifetime, and that requires you doing real life work with your vessel, clearing out childhood trauma, moving through experiences that offer duality but also great wisdom and discernment, and also enlighten you to the truth of situations, we're here to have experiences, and sometimes those experiences are not all going to be love and light. We are here to learn, expand, and grow, and that means we've got to be rooted in the real everyday world. And in order to start knowing your spirit a little more, you have to start clearing out stuff that is not in alignment with your spirit, and that is the journey of the soul. I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the False Ascension Grid. It's very, very computerized. It's very, very technological. So if you are going online and looking at channels, galactic channels, starseed channels, or anything of that, most likely they're coming from the False Ascension Grid. And they will use words like technology, or this world is a stimulation, or this world is a matrix, or they will be using very, very technological words or downloads that sort of dissociate you from being an organic spiritual matter who is capable of receiving your own spiritual guidance. It's organic and it's natural and it's never ever forced. So if someone is willingly trying to force themselves to connect into the cosmos and to galactic beings, trying to force themselves to bring down information, you've really got to question if that's organic and natural and of the higher spiritual realms. Very, very important to get rooted in your physical body on the earth. And yes, what I've seen is people will, if they're not feeling comfortable or safe in their own bodies, they will use other identities to sort of cover up that they don't feel okay in their bodies. And that's when that trauma, dissociation, soul fragmentation comes in. Denial of the physical reality, wanting to create a fantasy reality on the earth. This is what I find a little bit about this new earth. It's a little bit of a fantasy land. It's sort of like the same regurgitated information over and over. And you want, when you start reaching higher consciousness, you want to be in your body and you want to experience things. You don't want to deny it. You want to be a part of the earth. Straight from spirit. And you want to be discerning about how much information you're ingesting about other people, because at the end of the day, this is your spirit journey. And you want to make sure that you are doing what's right for you in your journey here on the earth. And if you're needing help and if you're needing guidance, you want to trust that you're going to find the right person that can help you with that. At the end of the day, it's your personal journey with your own spirit and your own higher self. So, and again, it's really important to not deny the physical reality. I'd be very, very mindful of channels or anyone doing spiritual work that does this type of work full time. It's not work that can be done full time. And if you spend too much time in the spiritual realms, again, you can get very dissociated from the real world and you can start to live in a bit of a la-la land. I've seen this happen with other people. And so for me, and my pathway with this type of work, I only aim to do it 2 days a week. And then I'm also really wanting to go into real estate and interior design, and dabble in some fashion design and try different things that I can sort of draw in my spirit into and then express my spirit through, or go on the journey of learning something new like real estate that I haven't done before. So just, the spirit can be invoked into your everyday life, and you don't need to deny the physical reality. You want to bring your spirit through, and then you want to express it and enjoy yourself and experience yourself in what the third dimensional world can offer. You do not want to deny it. You want to stay very rooted in your body and clear some stuff out. Make it easier for yourself. Go on the journey of some expansion and some challenge, and thrive in your physical body while you're here. Anything else? It's really up to you. and how much you want to know your spirit, and how much you want to express your spirit, and what brings you joy and what brings you happiness. I deeply question people who get very overzealous with spiritual things if they have any other hobbies outside of doing spiritual work, or maybe they are lonely, or maybe their Instagram is the only thing they have. I'm not sure, but it's very, very important that the spiritual can be made manifest into your physical everyday world through art, through fashion. It doesn't have to be through this massive, cosmic, galactic spiritual expression. It can literally just be made manifest through art, baking, cooking, whatever your spirit enjoys expressing itself through. There are many ways as channeling. Anyway, you're channeling the love and joy of your own spirit into the physical reality. Okay. You want it to be natural and organic. We want to stay away from anything sort of outside of ourselves, and we want to bring spirit through us, our unique spirit, and we want to express our unique spirit. We don't want to go expressing galactic beings. We don't want to go expressing starseed identities. We want to be rooted in the real world here on Earth, experiencing it all in the physical body and enjoy ourselves. Anything else that I need to say? If you're struggling with feeling okay in your physical vessel, go and see a psychologist, go and see a counselor, go and see a therapist, go and see a spiritual healer whom you resonate with. Most likely there will be some trauma or shadow or something. Usually a very good spiritual healer will be able to help you release unconscious memories that block you without your own realization. A very good spiritual healer will reflect back to you what is needed because they have that ability to do that work and help you embody more of your spirit. You want to come back to the body. You want to come back to the body and be in the body. Okay. Thank you very much. And always remember, we want things organic, natural, and of the true divine spirit.